Hello YouTube, this is Arai.
I'm Kaitlin.
And we are on our way to Waupun, Wisconsin to go visit Kaitlin's family for their Christmas holiday celebration. We're driving the ID.4 and we're going to rural Wisconsin, so we wanted to show kind of what things look like there. So they don't really have too many public chargers over there. There is one in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, which how far is that from Waupun, would you say?
20 minutes south.
20 minutes south, there's a DC fast charger. It's only 50 kilowatts on the Shell Greenlots network, or soon to be Shell Recharge, they're rebranding. So we're planning on stopping there maybe on the way home tomorrow. Right now, we didn't leave at 100% charge or even 80% charge. We're at 63% right now, and we just left home. So with estimated 131 miles of range, I am driving in eco mode. Somebody asked me that in the last video in the comment section, so I just wanted to clarify eco mode, and I'm driving in D, not the V or regenerative braking mode, since they're going to be doing a lot of highway speed, so I figured that D was better for that. So yeah, we're on our way. We are going to test out charging via the included wall charger at Caitlin's parents' house, just to see how much juice we're able to get while the car is parked and we're celebrating the holidays and stuff like that. So we'll report back results on that. It's going to be obviously very slow. It's just a top off, so we're not expecting it to, you know, save us. I should also say Waupun is about 70 miles from Milwaukee, so now we're at about 130 miles of range, like I said. So we don't really have enough miles to get back, so we're gonna have to either see if plugging in with the level 1 charger that's included with the car is gonna get us to the point where we can at least get back to the Electrify America, or we'll have to stop at that Greenlots in Beaver Dam. Maybe we can test that one out. It's on PlugShare, so people say it works pretty well. They actually have 2 CCS stations, which is surprising for rural Wisconsin. I mean, I would expect 1 maybe. Even Fond du Lac has a Greenlots, and it's only 1 charger, so I'll take it. But yeah, so we're on our way. We'll document our journey. We'll document our charging experience in, again, rural Wisconsin, where the charging network is not built up at all. And yeah, we'll get back at you with whatever we find along the way. Hello again. We are just past Menominee Falls, Germantown, West Bend area on I-41 North going towards Waupun. I think we're a little over 20 miles from our exit, so we're doing freeway miles, kind of cruising around 80 miles an hour or so. So just an update, we're at 44% state of charge. We have traveled 28 miles so far. So we're at like 85 miles of guessometer range. So we're averaging about 1.9 miles a kilowatt, probably again because we're going at freeway speed. So we're definitely, obviously, we expected the need to charge before we got back to Milwaukee. But yeah, so we'll see how the plugging in at Caitlin's parents' place goes. You can see I just opened up the roof because I realized I had that closed last night. I noticed that this roof, cold air does come in from the roof. Kaitlin noticed that, so we actually ended up when it gets cold out and it's night where we don't really need to see up there, we actually close it with the shade, which is a very nice feature that like the Mustang Mach-E doesn't have, for example. So
we've also been noticing that with the cold weather now that the glass on the roof creaks.
Yes, it doesn't.
Which we've heard that from a couple of other people that own an ID.4 and some Facebook groups we've seen.
Right. So yeah, I have heard other people having that. I'm not hearing it much today. Maybe it's because we're
also we just opened it though, so maybe it was like dulling the sound or something.
Yeah, it could be. It could be that the piece of fabric that they cover it with. It's not very thick. It's not like your typical sunroof, you know, cover. But just enough to like block the sun, stuff like that. So like I'll demonstrate real quick. You'll see it close behind us here. So I don't hear the creaking as much today. I actually did just get the ID.4 back from a repair, so things are sounding pretty good. It used to clunk in the back because they hit me so hard from behind that the bumper bar got damaged. Per the dealer, I'm not a body shop expert, so I don't know if that's the correct term or not, if they're just telling that to me. So we'll kind of, you know, document once we get there what our overall trip looked like and stuff like that. The puppies are in the back. They're very excited to see their extended family. Enough rambling. We'll get on with our trip here, and we'll document once we get to Waupun. Hello, hello from Waupun, Wisconsin. So this is not obviously Kaitlin's parents' house. We are at Waupun Storage, where ChargePoint actually indicated that there is a ChargePoint charger here. So we're not actually going to charge. We just wanted to take a picture and add it to PlugShare since it's not already on PlugShare. Very cool though. Interesting that small town has its own charging station. I believe this one is free too. So if we click price, yeah, it's free. So you could just plug it in. And it's got two handles here. So I guess maybe somebody who owns the storage facility has an EV. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Very, very odd location. I don't really fully understand. But as you can see here, it's pretty quiet and desolate. I mean, there's a big road over there, but we're just small town Wisconsin, and just happens to be an EV station here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to PlugShare. There we go. So we got it added here. So now when we go on the map, you can see where we are here, Waupun Storage. Here, so we'll just show you the stats that we've got. So since the start, we've been averaging 45 miles an hour speed, about an hour and a half of driving, 67 miles, averaging 2.1 miles a kilowatt. We've got about 47 miles remaining on the guessometer, so we ate about a little over 80 miles of our guesstimated range, driving a little over, over 70 miles an hour, freeway speeds, 2.1 miles a kilowatt. Cold weather is definitely playing a role on this. So we ate about 80 miles in 70 miles. So we dropped about 10, 15 or so. Once we got off the highway, there's a good 20, 25 minutes of driving once you get up the highway, so speed's lower a little bit. But yeah, we'll get over to, we're in Waupun, so we'll go over, once we get the car plugged in, we'll go over kind of when we plug in. We'll do, we'll get some statistics going, so we will see how much we're able to charge overnight, because we are staying the night here and heading out to Oakfield for another family gathering tomorrow. And we'll report, how we go. Any other thoughts, Kaitlin?
No, but I'm cold because I left the trunk open.
Yes, that was my bad. All right, so we're on our way to Kaitlin's parents, and we'll catch you guys there. We made it to Waupun, Wisconsin, where we are currently charging our ID.4 via Kaitlin's family's 110-volt charger. So we're kind of doing something that Volkswagen doesn't recommend. So we are charging with the included ID.4 110-volt adapter, but we do have it as an extension cord over to the garage over here, where the extension cord is pretty long, but it is rated up to the 10 amps that the ID.4 charger provides. So I think we should be good there, but I'll just kind of show you. It is plugged in the garage here through the extension cord over to the outlet right here. So we're charging at a measly 2 miles an hour. So that's pretty slow, but that's to be expected with the 110 volts adapter here. So I'll just show you. We got the adapter, like I said, in front of the car, kind of out towards the back here. So we've been charging it since about 10 p.m. last night, and let's see, it is about, I think it's a little past 2 o'clock now. We plugged in at 19%, and we're charged now. Let me take out my phone here and I'll show you guys. Opening the CarNet app here, we'll begin our vehicle session. It'll remote on. I can show you on the car screen there, but it's a little cold, and I prefer not to get into the cold car. So we plugged in at 10 p.m. last night. We are currently at 37%. We plugged in with, so just to restate, we plugged in at 45 miles of guesstimated range, 19% full. After about, let's see, so we were charging for about 16 hours here. We plugged in at 10 p.m. last night. It's now 2 p.m. the next day. Haven't driven the car at all. We've only charged to about 37%. So we've gained about a net gain of 18% in about 16 hours. So charged a little bit faster than 1% per hour. Just for reference sake, it's been freezing temperature overnight. I believe it dropped maybe to about 25 degrees, a little past 20 degrees. So yeah, but I don't think the cold plays too much of an impact in terms of AC charging like this. I think that's more so for DC fast charging. I could be wrong, but I would have to do some more research on that to let you know for sure. But no, it's a decent solution, especially if you're in one spot and you're out here visiting family, not driving the car. I mean, you plug it in, you get a good top off. So we're probably going to stop at the DC fast charger in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. It's at the Piggly Wiggly market. So we'll go ahead and we're going to drive out to Oakfield to Kaitlin's grandparents to do their Christmas celebration. And then we are going to be on our way back, and we'll definitely stop in Beaver Dam because Oakfield's about 20 miles round trip from Waupun. So that'll bring our range down to about 60 miles or so. And then Beaver Dam's another 10 miles or so south. So we're kind of going north, coming back to Waupun, then going south a little bit. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and kind of record how that goes. At the Piggly Wiggly, that's only a 50 kilowatt fast charger, so it could be worse. Could be a 25. There are a couple that I've been to that charge pretty slow there, so 50 is at least acceptable, I think, as long as it gets us to the Electrify America in West Milwaukee, where we'll charge up for our week, and then we'll go from there. Hello everybody, we are in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Just got back from our Christmas gathering today. It is December 19th, 7:48 p.m. It is 32 degrees outside, and we are about to charge our car at the Piggly Wiggly here. It's a Shell Greenlots station. So just to show you kind of where we're at here, so we've got 8% of charge with 12 miles of guesstimated range. We need about 70 to get home. So we're at this free Greenlots charger. We're gonna give this a try. This is the first time charging at this particular location. There was actually somebody in our spot parked earlier, Hyundai Kona Electric. So if you're watching that, thank you so much for letting us know that the charger that we were about to use was giving you some issues. So he actually said it was perfect time. He's about to leave, so he gave us his spot, which is very nice of him. So I'm just gonna take a look. We can look over on the ID here, take a look at some of our stats. So since we started, since we left Oakfield, Wisconsin, we drove about 24 miles, averaging about 1.9 miles a kilowatt, which again is pretty typical, I think, for the winter driving. If we look at since our last charge, which was in Waupun, we're averaging about the same. So if you remember, we were just finishing up, right before I cut the video, we were just finishing up charging with AC outlet. So we plugged in 30 miles of range there. I don't think we would have made it here if we didn't do that. So that was really great that we were able to do that at Kaitlin's parents' house. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate how to get this going at the Shell Greenlots. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead. This is the Shell Greenlots station here. Got both a CHAdeMO and a CCS plug-in. Both of them are available at the time. We're gonna obviously grab our CCS. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and plug in our vehicle. So we're gonna go ahead and take the Volkswagen, get this guy plugged in here. And I'll fix that cap in a second here. It's very cold. Stick that up here. So now we'll take a look at the screen. So it does initiating. And is it just gonna go, or is it gonna have me verify? Let's see. Because I heard the contactors, so the light just came on, and look at that. I actually thought we'd have to go into the Greenlots app, but it turns out we don't really have to do that. So that was easy. I've been to a Greenlots charger in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and that one actually made me activate it from my phone, as if you had to pay for it, even though it was free. So hey, we're charging at 41 kilowatts. Not great. It's gonna do. It's about the best you can get in rural Wisconsin right now, unless you're at an Electrify America station, to which there are none in this area. So we're at 8%. We'll go ahead and document our charging time and everything, and we'll get back to you once we're ready to go back to Milwaukee. Where I think the plan is gonna be just to charge enough to get us to the Electrify America station, because that's going to give us the least amount of time waiting, at least, because the Electrify America station's on the way back. We'll probably get some faster charging speed once we're there with a warm battery, since we got about maybe 60 miles to the Electrify America station. So we've already got 0.6 kilowatt hours, so that's a couple miles. That's like that's like maybe a mile or two right there. Actually, not even a mile right now, because we're getting 2 miles a kilowatt. So yeah. Oh, actually, that would be a little over a mile. Sorry, math, you know. But yeah, so we'll charge here. Obviously, I'm not in my big winter coat right now, so I'm getting a little cold. So we're gonna get back in the car, wait up a little bit, and we'll report back. Charging up here, so coming back into the car, I think our goal is going to be to charge to 50% before, so that should be enough to get us back. I think it took about 45% of charge to go from Milwaukee to Waupun. So just to show you kind of how the car tells us, you know, when we're ready to go. So charging up here at 18 miles of guesstimated range. We went from 8 to 10% so far in just a couple minutes here. So I think we're only at about 3 minutes of charging. So it looks like it's every percentage takes about a minute. It looks like, and that's just a guesstimated measure. But so to get to 50%, it looks like it's gonna take about 40 minutes. So we'll see if this goes up maybe closer to 50 kilowatts or not. This is obviously an example of a slower charger. Electrify America's usually get double this, if not triple. Our peak charging speed is triple what we're getting at this. So this is a poor example of like the actual charging curve of the Volkswagen ID.4, just something to point out. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and sit tight here, maybe play some Nintendo Switch. Our puppies are exhausted. Where's Teddy? Oh, there's Teddy. He's right over my shoulder. So yeah, we'll hang tight and let you know when we're out of here. All All right, here, ladies and gents. So we are at 49% state of charge. Thought I'd catch just the ending of the charging curve here. We've been here for about 45 minutes, so this is some slow charging here. But I just wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of a buffer to get to West Milwaukee, where we'll charge for our week. So once it hits 50 here, the car should automatically stop. Yeah, it's like I said, pretty cold out here. Our active power went up a little bit to 44 kilowatts. It's about 2 kilowatts higher than what we were at. So that is good. But yeah, 45 minutes at this charger is not great. So there we go. Right when we hit 50, because we set in the car to only charge to 50%, we can go ahead and take this guy out. Perfect. Put the cap back on, and we'll get on our way. So just to look at that there. So 45 minutes of charging, 32 kilowatts, so from 8 to 50. So we'll go ahead and get back on the road here, and we'll come at you guys when we get to Electrify America in West Milwaukee, where, like I said, we'll charge for the week. All right, so real quick here, we forgot to mention what our guesstimated range was at 50% right now. So our estimated range at 50%, we're looking at about 99 miles. So 200 miles in cold weather is about what you should expect out of this thing, maybe even less, depending on how you drive. So I left a little bit of a buffer. Let's see, so if we go to Electrify America, I'm just gonna show you our Android Auto here. Sorry, our Imagine Dragons we're listening to. We will go ahead and, whoop, I had it right there, whoops. Go ahead and go to Electrify America, 63 miles. So we have about a little under a 30 mile buffer. So we'll go ahead and we should be able to get there right on track here with a little bit of a buffer, like I said. So when we charge there, we should be able to have a warm battery, have enough charge where we'll get the maximum peak on the curve, because if we go to 0, it usually takes a little bit to ramp up to avoid damaging that lower state of the battery. At least that's what the ID.4 does. Other electric cars might do that a little bit differently. But yeah, just before we left, I wanted to make sure I showed you what our guessometer said, so we can show you what it is when we get to West Milwaukee. We're trying to get a little better at making these videos, because you guys are asking great questions in the comments, so please continue to do so, because that keeps us in line, so we know what you guys want to know about the road trips. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that. But we'll go ahead and get to West Milwaukee and show you where we're at. So we'll see how much of that guesstimated range we actually have in 63 miles. We've arrived at the Electrify America charging station in West Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So let's take a look at our stats here. So we did make it here with 27 miles on the guessometer. So we were at 99 miles. It was a 63 mile trip. So that should have brought us down to about 36 miles. I'm doing my math right. So it's 36 miles we should have had. So we dropped 9 miles off that original guesstimate, which is why I usually leave a buffer. So if we go over to the vehicle side here, or the infotainment system in the vehicle tab, we are at 13%. So we ate about, I was about right. We were, this took about 37% of our battery. So I think that's slightly better efficiency than we got on the way there. Let's take a look at what that efficiency actually was. So we did get up to 2.2 miles a kilowatt, probably because the battery warmed up and was able to perform more efficiently, because it was a little bit of a longer ride. I think this time is probably including the time we were sitting and charging at Beaver Dam, the Piggly Wiggly over there, that Greenlots station. So 87 miles today from Oakfield all the way over here, 37 miles per hour average. I'd say that's pretty acceptable for the winter weather. It's slightly warmer here in Milwaukee. It's 33 degrees versus it being 30 degrees. So we'll go ahead and get charged up here, and then we'll have enough charge for me to last the week. So actually, just real quick here, I just want to show you, again, we'll try activating the Electrify America station, because plug and charge is not available yet here. So we'll go ahead and use the Android Auto app here. So we'll hit nearby, West Milwaukee. We do have a Chevy Bolt parked over there. I did already check, and we are at charger number 6. We can see over here. There's Riley. So we'll go ahead and select our charger. Select charger number 6 here. Hit start charge. And I will go brave the cold and hop out here. Go ahead and just set up my tripod so you can kind of see what's going on. So setting this up on the top of my car. So we'll go ahead, and it's telling me to please plug in. Go ahead and grab the handle. I'll grab the number 2 handle here. I'll go ahead and just plug this into the ID.4. We'll just wait for the screen to activate here. Connecting to vehicle, initiating charging. that works a lot faster than trying to swipe through the app or try to NFC or anything like that. And plus, you get to do that from the warmth of your car. Granted, I'm sitting out here in the freezing cold with no coat right now, but here we go. So we already got the initiating charging, so we get to skip that piece where it kind of communicates with the car and everything. So we'll hit continue, and we'll see what we're charging at in terms of the speeds here. Just heard the connectors click on the car. Got a flashing white light, means charging's about to start, and there we go, it's green. So 13% state of charge. They actually did just do an update on the chargers where it shows 4 decimal points for the amount of energy delivered, which is kind of neat. So yeah, we'll see the charging ramp up there. That's what we like to see, a warm battery. Looks like we might even get to 100 kilowatts. Oh, it's barely, almost there. 94 kilowatts. So that is about the best charging speed I've seen in a little bit. Right now, the Volkswagen can do a peak 125 kilowatts of charging. They're about to enable that to be further with a software update to make it up to 135 kilowatts. So that is super exciting. Let's see, I'm just gonna take one more peek. Yep, 95 kilowatts I just saw it hit up. So that's a lot better than what we've been getting. So we're at, if we look back in the meter here, here's that ID light in case you haven't seen that. I think I missed it in one of the other videos when we started. But yeah, it's really neat. So we're in that, it's showing red over here because we're below 20%. Look, they're already up to 14 from 13%. Charging at about 4 miles a minute there. So awesome. This is what we like to see. We like to see the Electrify America stations working properly. Am I right?
We love it.
Because I think the last couple times I've been here, we were stuck at about 60 kilowatts, but being at 95 is a lot better than that. So this is about what I would expect at this state of charge as well. So I think we'll charge up to, let's see, I think we might go, let's see, if we go all the way to 80, we're looking at about 30 minutes sitting here again. We already sat 45 minutes at the other station. We kind of want to get home because we got to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So let's see, we're just gonna play around with this and see what we want to charge to for the week. This is kind of how we go through, you know, based on our schedules and stuff like that. We're not gonna do much driving up until Friday, until we come back to Waupun actually for yet another family Christmas gathering. So I'm thinking maybe it'd be okay if we charge to 50 because we're gonna be back here charging again. And we kind of want to get home. So that'll give us a comfortable charge for the week, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna leave it at 50. You know, better for the battery probably too to not charge it, you know, higher amount anyway. So because that'll give us about 100 miles range. And my commute to work is like 2 miles each way, and for 4 days that's not too bad. And actually I might be able to work from home on the 4th day. So but enough about that. We'll go ahead and charge here. You can say hi to the puppies again. Charge up here. Catch you guys in a second. We decided to charge the 60% just because we thought it would take less time to charge later in the week, which is, you know, important to us. Right now, we're kind of just chilling and cozy in the car. So I just want to show you also, best way to spend your time charging. Get a Nintendo Switch, man. This stuff makes the charging time go real quick here. So just to show, we are at 27% state of charge. Looking at the data back over there, there's Riley again. We're at 98 kilowatt charging speed now, so we're ramping up just a little bit there. 8 minutes of charging, going from 13 to 28. So we've effectively, you know, doubled and a couple percent over even what we were at in just 8 minutes. So that's pretty good in my book. It would have taken 12 hours to do that on a 110 volts charger. So yeah. Just finished up charging here. The ID.4 was almost spot on. It said 10:19 was the time that the charging was going to be done to 60. So 10:18, 60%. I believe it was about 24 minutes. We'll go outside and check here. We got about 112 miles of range for my week, which should be more than plenty. Riley actually got a little scared and she barked when we heard the contacts click in the car, which is kind of cute. But here, I'll show you the summary. So they did change the summary screen with some of these machines updates as well. So yeah, about 36 kilowatts. Ending state of charge 60%, as we could tell. 24 minutes charging time. Charging cost was 0, obviously, because of my ID.4. Started at 13, went to 60. So all in all, pretty successful. Much better than the one we were using in Beaver Dam. So this will be perfect for our week. So we're gonna head home here. We'll be more than happy to be done with our trip today and not have to charge hopefully till like Friday, which would be awesome. So yeah, gonna go ahead and just close the charging cap up here. There we are. So this is how much it would have costed for this charging session had we not had the ID.4 charging plan. So very cool. So we'll go ahead and get on out of here. Just want to say I won't bother you guys, you know, when we get back because we're only a few percent away. So I'm gonna grab Kaitlin here. We're not gonna bother them when we get back to our apartment, so we're just gonna say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment any questions or feedback you have for us. We really want to improve these videos and make them beneficial for you guys. Really happy with the fact that we're getting some views on our other videos, so we really just want to make life having an EV easy for people. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe.